Welcome back to Cinematic Cravings, the channel where we break down the most exciting movies and shows in the world. I know you've loved all our videos about the old guard, and today we've got even more to talk about. We've got brand new updates, first look photos, and huge casting news that just dropped. Charlize Theron is back, Quynh is out for revenge, and there's a mysterious new character named Tuah who might change everything. This sequel just got way more intense. So, before we dive into all the new info, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest breakdowns. Let's jump in. Set to premiere on Netflix on July 2nd, The Old Guard 2 picks up where the 2020 film left off. With Booker still exiled, Quynh unleashed, and the Immortals' very existence under threat, this sequel promises to raise the stakes in every way. But here's the twist. Andy has lost her immortality. After centuries of being the group's fearless protector, she's now more vulnerable and more determined than ever. The emotional weight of Andy's mortality is at the heart of this sequel. She's no longer just an immortal warrior fighting in the shadows. She's a woman racing against time, haunted by her past and uncertain of her future. Director Victoria Mahoney takes the helm this time, bringing a deeper, more grounded vision to the film, pushing the emotional beats just as hard as the action. Our favorite team is back in action. Niall, played by Kiki Layne, has grown into a confident warrior since joining the crew, no longer the rookie asking all the questions. Joe and Nikki, still the heart of the team, bring their unwavering loyalty, while Copley continues to guide them from the shadows. And yes, Booker is returning too, but trust is a fragile thing in this world. But the biggest wild card? Quynh. After centuries of imprisonment, she's free and she wants answers, maybe even revenge. Her reunion with Andy won't be the heartfelt embrace fans might expect. Alongside this emotional storm, a mysterious global threat begins to rise, one that could unravel the very fabric of the Immortals' secret existence. And then there's Tuah, played by Henry Golding, an enigmatic new ally who might just hold the key to it all. Quynh's return isn't just personal, it's seismic. Her centuries of silent suffering underwater have twisted her worldview, and she's no longer the warrior Andy once knew. Her motives are blurred, her pain is raw, and her reunion with the team threatens to shatter their fragile unity. This isn't just a comeback, it's a reckoning, and the emotional tension between her and Andy could redefine the heart of the entire franchise. While the Immortals are navigating their internal fractures, a powerful new antagonist lurks in the shadows. Details about this villain remain under wraps, but director Victoria Mahoney promises a threat unlike anything we've seen in the first film. This isn't just someone hunting the Immortals, it's someone who might understand their existence on a terrifyingly deep level. And with Andy now mortal, the danger becomes even more real. Enter Tuah, played by Henry Golding. He's not just a new character, he's a walking enigma. A researcher of the immortal phenomenon, Tuah brings ancient knowledge and a mysterious past that ties him directly to the Old Guard's legacy. Golding even helped craft the character's identity, naming him Tuah, which means luck in Malaysian. But in a world where living forever can feel like a curse, luck might be more dangerous than it seems. And then there's Niall. In the first movie, she was the reluctant soldier pulled into a life she never asked for. Now, she's fully immersed in the immortal world. And more important than ever, her bond with Andy evolves in this sequel, transforming from student and mentor into something much deeper. As Andy begins to fade from the role of protector, Niall is rising to take her place, and the torch is being passed in the most powerful way. Visually, The Old Guard 2 aims higher. Mahoney made it her mission to push the limits of what we've seen in action cinema. She deliberately avoided overused film locations and instead scouted stunning, rarely seen environments that give this sequel a fresh visual language. From war-torn ruins to neon-soaked cities, the film will travel across continents, offering fans a global story that feels epic in both scope and soul. Uma Thurman also joins the cast in an undisclosed but pivotal role. While details about her character are being kept tightly under wraps, early reports suggest she may be tied to the mysterious organization hunting the Immortals. Or perhaps she has her own stake in the ancient secrets they guard. Either way, her presence signals a shift in the balance of power. This is not just a cameo. It's a game changer. Greg Rucka, the mind behind the original graphic novels and co-writer of both films, has confirmed that The Old Guard 2 dives deeper into the mythology behind immortality. Questions that haunted the first film, why are they immortal? What governs their powers? Can immortality be transferred or taken away? Are now central to the plot. This isn't just an action flick, it's a philosophical exploration wrapped in bullets and betrayal. Booker's arc also gets some long overdue development. After his betrayal, he was cast out, forced into exile by the very people he once called family. Now, with the team on the brink of collapse and threats mounting, Booker's return isn't just inevitable, it's necessary. But trust isn't easily restored, and his path to redemption will be paved with conflict. Expect emotional confrontations, old wounds reopened, and maybe even sacrifice. The action, as expected, will be relentless. Victoria Mahoney and the stunt team have promised set pieces that raise the bar from the first film. This means more close-quarters combat, sharper choreography, and weapons both ancient and modern. From rooftop chases to sword fights in drenched cathedrals, every punch and every slash is designed to carry emotional weight. The violence is beautiful, but never mindless. At its core, The Old Guard 2 is about identity. Each character is facing a version of the same question. If I've lived for centuries, what do I have to show for it? Andy, now mortal, is forced to reevaluate what legacy really means. Niall must decide whether to fight for the future or be consumed by the past. Even Quynh, bitter and broken, seeks purpose in her pain. This film is about more than survival, it's about meaning. As these immortals struggle with purpose, time becomes their enemy in a way it never was before. Andy's ticking clock forces the team to move faster, think harder, and fight with a renewed desperation. There's no longer the comfort of eternity to rely on. Every decision now has real, immediate consequences. And when death is no longer theoretical, every mission becomes a potential goodbye. One of the film's strongest emotional threads is the shifting dynamic between Andy and Niall. What began as friction has now evolved into mutual respect. Andy sees a future in Niall, someone who might one day lead the group. And Niall, in turn, finally understands the burden Andy has carried alone for centuries. The passing of the torch is not done with words, but with action. On the battlefield, in their decisions, and in the quiet moments where leadership truly reveals itself. Fans of the first movie will recognize the signature tone, introspective, intense, and laced with dry humor. But the sequel builds on that foundation. There's more world building, more emotion, and a far greater sense of what's at stake. Director Victoria Mahoney's vision turns the focus inward, exploring the psyche of immortality, while still delivering the adrenaline-pumping sequences fans crave. This is not just a continuation, it's an elevation. And for fans of the source material, there's plenty to celebrate. Greg Rucka's involvement ensures authenticity, while new co-writer Sarah L. Walker injects fresh energy into the narrative. Together, they've crafted a story that honors the graphic novels while expanding the universe for a wider audience. With such a rich cast of characters and global appeal, The Old Guard 2 doesn't just feel like a sequel, it feels like the beginning of something much bigger. So as we gear up for the July 2nd release, one thing's crystal clear. The Old Guard 2 is going to redefine what it means to be immortal. With betrayals, revelations, and one last shot at redemption, Andy's story isn't just continuing, it's heading toward a legacy-defining climax. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Quynh will be a full-blown villain, or could she still be redeemed? And what are your theories about Tuah's true role in all this? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the subscribe to Cinematic Cravings and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about your favorite films and series. Thanks for watching, and remember, even immortals need a squad. See you in the next one.